As soon as the protagonist gets closer to the girl wakes up from unconsciousness. And her eyes were not yet open properly, and with her hand on her head, she thinks in her mind that where am I? Which place is this? How have I come here? The hero goes close to her and sits and tells her that just a moment ago you were unconscious and now you are awake. As soon as she says this, the girl immediately comes into action and stands up and stands away from the protagonist. And she says, "Who are you, and don't try to come close to me." The protagonist replies, "Please calm down. I am an awakened man and have come to the forest to hunt demons. And I have no intention of hurting you." The girl shouts and says that I remember you are the same person who ambushed me just a moment ago. Protagonist gets shy and says, "Sorry, you looked like a monster." The girl looks at him and says, "How can you say this? There is no culture in you. You look at me, these are my 2 ears, this is my nose, and all this is normal like a girl. How am I looking like a monster?" The hero listens to her and thinks in his mind that even after facing my entire attack, she is looking fine. Nothing happened to her. Who is this girl actually? After this, the girl looks at the time in her ring and thinks in her mind that damn it, I have wasted a lot of time here and I have to get out of here immediately, otherwise he will catch me. The hero was standing behind and looking at her, and he was thinking in his mind that the girl was hiding something, and he was thinking in his mind, should I follow her? And then he starts walking towards her, and then he says to the girl that, "Hey, why are you walking so fast? You are probably hiding something from me." The girl looks back at him and starts laughing. She says shyly that I am sure there are demons here, and I am in no position to fight them right now. So I have to go. If you want, you can continue hunting monsters here, and then she starts walking. And showing her hand backwards, she says that this is all I had to say, and after saying goodbye, she starts walking forward. Then suddenly the weather starts turning bad, and the hero thinks in his mind that if the demons are getting attracted towards that girl, then this situation is very good for me. I can find good value monsters to hunt. The monsters here are no match for me and can collect more swallow value. Though if that girl is another awakened person, then it will be hard. The jungle has always been lawless. And there are many people who kill humans and steal their stuff, and then suddenly a monster appears on the ground, and some monsters are seen flying in the air. The protagonist thinks to himself, how would it be if I caught hold of the girl and asked her? Then suddenly the little master looks ahead and says that there are many monsters here who are coming closer to us. The protagonist looks ahead and says that this is very good, and then it must be the monsters. The protagonist looks at them and says that there are a lot of monsters here, and one boss of those monsters is seen. The protagonist looks at the monsters and thinks to herself that maybe this is the very thing she was running away from in fear. But I don't need to worry anymore because this is not the other awakening, and I have no reason to accept all the devouring value that comes to me. Then he sees that the monster is coming closer to him, and it is very big in size. The protagonist tells the little master to find the poisonous one and come into his form, and he immediately takes out his poisonous sword. The monster starts roaring very loudly, seeing which the protagonist immediately comes into action. The monster charges towards him quickly. The protagonist jumps into the air with his sword and cuts the monster down the middle. But he was surprised that this is a very strange thing. This monster seems more powerful than before, and its speed is also much faster than before. At the same time, the protagonist launches a secret attack which cuts the monster into pieces. And then he comes and jumps on the ground, and he thinks in his mind that there is something strange here. Because all those monsters are taking turns, and all these monsters are working together. All the monsters are retreating together and attacking together. And he says that that boss is controlling them to attack in this formation. That boss was much bigger than all the monsters, and all these monsters have the same mind. There are thousands of monsters with the same mind. No wonder there is no one here, and the hero thinks in his mind, it seems that in order to get to the boss, I have to find a way to kill him first. After this, the little lion master comes in her fierce form and puts her hand on the shoulder of the protagonist and says that this is going to be very difficult. Master, I feel like I can understand him. Protection. Looking at him, I guess that he is a challenging master. There were still a lot of monsters out there. The monsters are in trouble. Is it because they are also insects? And he asks the little master to stop. And he asks him that spiders are also supposed to be cut. The little master immediately understands the hero's hint, and then he immediately cuts the connection between the boss and the monster. The hero says that I did not expect that his skills could be used like this, and that it makes it very simple. And he praises the little master for doing so, and then he immediately springs into action, and a purple glow starts coming out of his eyes. And he orders the little master to kill that boss now. After listening to the protagonist, the little master agrees and says, I understand, let's attack. The protagonist orders the little master to stay close to me, and then he says that without the boss's control, these monsters are weak. If the boss does not have control over these monsters, then he will become very weak because he will not get the next order. And the heroes understand the tricks of the demons and say that there is no danger now, so without wasting time, let's hunt all these demons. After this, the protagonist jumps in the air and goes straight to the boss, planning to attack the boss, and tells the little master that this is our only goal. We have to kill this boss. Here he is coming roaring fast towards the protagonist. The protagonist quickly jumps into the air and kills the monster in one hit and then jumps to the ground. The monster is lying down in front of him, and he says, finally, we killed the monster. Looking at him, the little master says it's time to make my insects swarm. Friends, this chapter ends here. To see the next chapter, do not forget to press the like button, and if you are new to the channel, then please subscribe the channel. And you can also rate us for the video out of 10 so that we can make even better videos for you. See you in the next chapter. Till then, take care of yourself and your family. As soon as the protagonist gets closer to the girl wakes up from unconsciousness. And her eyes were not yet open properly, and with her hand on her head, she thinks in her mind that where am I? Which place is this? How have I come here? The hero goes close to her and sits and tells her that just a moment ago you were unconscious and now you are awake. As soon as she says this, the girl immediately comes into action and stands up and stands away from the protagonist. And she says, who are you, and don't try to come close to me. The protagonist replies, please calm down. I am an awakened man and have come to the forest to hunt demons. And I have no intention of hurting you. The girl shouts and says that I remember you are the same person who ambushed me just a moment ago.